you know, and you know, and it was just like just beating against a brick wall. So you seem to have a team that's more receptive to doing the work. So how did you, like, break through those obstacles to, like, get them to be like, look, yo, like, I need this amount of people or the venue owner ain't going to bring us back?
So about a year and a half ago, I met Jay Bands, who is typically my host. Jay Bands has his own little movement called LBS Tutor, which is also family, and they actually are the ones who brought me into this. You know, they're the ones kind of taught me a little bit more about what we have going on. They realized that I was really good at event planning. They realized I was good at keeping things organized, but they also realized that when I walk into a room, my presence demands a certain type of respect. So it's like things could be chaotic, and I could walk into a room, and it's like, oh, snap, let's get this junk together. There go Dejan type situation. So it kind of works for us. When we step out in the beginning stages of planning an event, I'm finding the DJ, I'm finding the venue, I'm bringing in the media, the photographers, and all the good stuff. I'm making sure all that's taken care of beforehand. I'm writing down my list of the artist names, my priority list, all of that good stuff. I have a team of door girls who, if I need them, I can always call both of them, and they're going to come no matter where I am. So I do all the hard, dirty work beforehand. When it's time to execute the event, because they know that our system works, they see that, you know, it's less chaotic. They see that people actually rock with it. And one of the amazing things that I love about the SC Indie Grind is that a lot of showcases, after they perform, they're leaving. So by the last person, there's really nobody in the room. With the SC Indie Grind, majority of the time, all the artists stay to the very end of the show to support one another. So I take really, really big pride in making sure that because they rock with us that strong, we got to give them something to rock with. So everybody on the team knows what their job is moving into the night. They know where they're supposed to be, what time they're supposed to be there, what time this person is on stage. Make sure DJ Surplus has this. Who got to get paid at the end of the night, all the way down to my door girl, separating the money, making sure, all right, this bill paid, this bill paid, this bill paid. Here go your profit for the rest of the night. And I can trust them, you know. So it was more so showing is believing. You can talk people head off all day long, but when you show people what you can do with a strong unit, they fall in line, especially when it's something that's bigger than yourself and it feels good to be a part of. There's no one man. There's no one power. Everybody has their input. Everybody does their part, and that's how we execute successfully.
Okay. And definitely props to all the artists stay to the end, boy, because, woo, boy, artists come through Hollywood, and then they out, yo. They get a dap to whoever, and they go. So definitely respect to that.
And a lot of that comes from giving them something to be a part of. Like a lot of showcases, it's merely just performing and partying. But with my showcases, when you walk through the door, there's a photographer there waiting to take pictures of you, and they're going to take pictures of your whole set. There's someone actually recording your whole set. There's someone set up with interviews to make sure that you getting some type of exposure outside of just being on the stage right now. So it's really a lot to offer. And DJ Surplus does a really, really, really good job of promoting artists, breaking these records in different venues, even online. So a lot of people, they look forward to sticking around because even after the show is over, when we cleaning up, it's still a party. And that's another thing. Like, if we use your venue, we're not dipping out on your venue because the crowd is gone. We're going to clean up your venue as a team and everything and make sure everybody is safe in their cars before we leave. So just as deep as we come into your parking lot, that's how deep we leave your parking lot as well.
Okay. You said from Orangeburg?
Yeah.
All right. I saw you posting things in regards to what your community is doing to help the kids that are going to be out of school for the foreseeable future. Can you talk about that, like the different food programs and things like that are helping kids still get that food they might have gotten, at school?
Oh, yeah, it really warmed my heart. So the Orangeburg County School District, every single school in the county will still be open because the schools will be closed to the end of the month. Every school in the county will be open for breakfast and for lunch. But not only will the schools be open for breakfast and for lunch, the bus drivers are actually riding their regular bus routes, delivering lunch to every home that's typically on their bus route. If that's not dedication and trying to say I care, I don't know what is. Because first, everybody's problem was you shut down the schools and you have food. How are we going to get there? So Orangeburg County took that extra step and said, we're going to solve that problem too. Here's your meal right at your bus stop. My kids, they ran out this morning as soon as the bus came. They were just like, Mommy, this is cool. And they ran out and got them something to eat off the bus. A lot of people looking at it as a negative thing, but I think that was a really, really amazing step for them to take as a county.
That should be a model for other communities of similar size. Because, bigger cities probably can't. But just doing stuff like that and just helping people band together so that we can get through this. Because, as they say, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And when people feel like they're restricted, they, different people act different ways, So I just wanted to put that out there because, everybody's dealing with something different in their community. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Like, where are some of the areas, like, outside of your city that you do events in?
Last year we did, outside of South Carolina, we did Jacksonville, we did Orlando, we did Miami, Charlotte. We've gone a few other places in Georgia. Wilmington, North Carolina, Latta, South Carolina, Columbia, Charleston, Florence, any place that has a strong independent presence that's welcoming. We've probably been there or on the way. We've done some of everything. Miami Live, we've done a lot of different tours. We've actually gone out and done a lot of different shows at different studios across the state, a lot of different stuff.
All right, y'all. She flexing, yo. I asked her what was she doing outside of Orangeburg. So I thought she was going to name some cities like Sumter, in South Carolina, Rock Hill, whatever. She went to Florida, Miami, whatever. All right, yo, that's what's up, yo. If that's what it is, that's what it is. Talk your shit. So, what is the ultimate goal for you, like as an executive, as a manager, as an event creator, like where could you be and you could be like, what, I could this is what I could do every day and it'll take care of everything that I ever wanted to do in me?
Right now, honestly, I'm looking forward to actually powering a full-scale label at some point. I do grant writing as well, so I've been really, really deep into looking into different music grants that could possibly fund it. I want to start doing more things within the community and schools because I do a lot of community events as well. Ultimately, I just want to be not just the CEO but the owner of my own label, and I want that label to be based out of right here in South Carolina out of what we have. Through that label, though, I will still act as manager. I will still be out here working with different artists, pushing different artists, pushing them towards their goals. Some of them want to stay independent. Some want to go to the industry. Whatever their goal is what I align my services with to provide for them. This is something that I'm actually passionate about. So the passion means more to me than the money. Those thank yous at the end of the day, those seeing people take advice that I've given and putting it to use and watching things grow from it, that's more than enough to wake me up every day to do this again with another artist. So I do see myself doing this for a while, just on a bigger scale as it continues to grow.
Okay, all right. How do you plan to adjust in this time that you can't really do big events? So how does your business model still work? How do you still go on and still be effective at promoting yourself, your clients, your brand, when your ability to get out and shake your hand and say what's up is limited?
That's where the power of social media comes in. That's where you put in that work ethic. That's when you make sure your artists are practicing. They're in the studio. They're actually perfecting their craft. That's when you actually, as a business owner and a creator, take that time to go back inside your head, go back inside your dungeon and pull out the notebooks and start replanning, branding certain things, go back and look at things that you could have fixed or you could have done differently and what you're going to do next. Come up with your next great thing. You know what I'm saying? This is a time of isolation, so isolation is not always a bad thing. You have to take that as a creator and make it do what it do, you know. And a lot of it with my artists, they are constantly pumping out projects. They're preparing new projects and dropping them at a timely fashion. They're doing photo shoots, trying to do press releases. But although we cannot necessarily shake hands with the people, we still are involved in other people's events. We still have show bookings coming up. We still got different shows that I'm booked to host. Not only that, but one of my artists, Lil Gordon, he does a live stream with Next Live Music. So every Friday at 1 p.m., he's live streaming with a whole bunch of people interactively, playing his music, doing full-out shows for them in the conference of wherever he wants to be. You can communicate, show love, talk to him, ask questions, request songs. This is the time that you capitalize on that social media presence and as much as you possibly can.
Okay. All right. Is there somebody like that played a part in a movie or somebody that is in the game now that you feel like that's me? Like, wow, that's me. And I give you an example, like the movie Brown Sugar, Ray Ellis, that's me. All day, straight up, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like so many people be like, I know why your little ass watch that movie, motherfucker. That's you. All you doing is watching you do all of that. So, is there somebody like that for you?
Not necessarily one person, honestly. Like, I take a lot of attributes and see a lot of the stuff that I've done in a lot of people who came before me, like Missy Elliott, Jay-Z, Diddy, even down to Suge Knight. And when I say that, people look at me crazy, like, oh, Suge did this and Suge did that. Yeah, but Suge knocked down a barrier and kicked the door in that people didn't think he was going to kick in. I ain't here for the violence and stuff, but you can't take away from what was really built. So
give us half our money, he told to the labels, and Death Row had the game in a headlock for a hot minute. So they can say what they want about Suge, but you can't take it away from them.
Right, and that's one of the reasons, like, when you see me with the red hair or if I'm doing events and I'm in all red, that's when I'm going to flip that switch, because I feel like it's representative of me and who I represent, not only just the aggressive side and the fact that I'm going to get it handled one way or another. Like, it's just that total image embodies what my team represents sometimes. But then again, there's Diddy, who started up under Andre Harrell, who learned the game, you know what I'm saying, as he was practicing the game. And there's a lot of people that I worked with that I learned the game from, that taught me the game. So when I was ready to break out and do my own thing, some weren't too happy about it, but then you had others like, go, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Then you have that Diddy when The Rock was built type thing, that Jay-Z and Dame Dash mentality when The Rock was built. I ain't got the money coming into it like I want to. If I had the financial power that I wanted to go along with this, it would be crazy. But the mentality that they took as far as building a family, building a team, building that loyalty, stepping out in numbers, making sure that wherever they go, they're branding themselves and representing themselves the right way. I embody a lot of those personalities and character traits from a lot of those people. So I read books about them. I study them. I study their business moves. I study their investments, like just a lot of different things that we don't see typically on the surface that could push me along, which would push my artists and my company along.
Okay, all right. A lot of artists, a lot of tech people, a lot of folks lost out when South by Southwest was canceled. I wanted you to talk about how were you able to adjust from anticipating that exposure, all the stuff that you guys had planned to do down there, and then for that to be taken away from you, and still be able to say, okay, that's a big hit, I ain't going to lie, but we still got this to do. We still going to move on and do that. So explain just how you navigated that whole situation.
Well, that was definitely a really tough one for us. We lost a piece of our team back in February. Long live the Only Club. He was majorly excited about this event. So